everybody, Adam-Wilber here with my good friend Marlo. A lot of people have been commenting saying I want to see more Marlo in the videos, so today Marlo's going to be in the video with us and hopefully he will not chew through the mic cord like he did last time. As I said, I'm Adam-Wilber and this is my good friend Marlo, and we'd both love to thank you so much for trusting us with some of your time. Now, I live in East Nowhere, New Hampshire. And what does that mean? It means I get hit with winter. And if you live like I live, you understand while snow is pretty, it can also suck. Excuse me if you hear Marlo licking my fingers. That's probably a disgusting noise, so I'll have to edit that out. Quit it, little buddy. That's enough. All right, moving on. So today's video, I'm hoping will add some value to your life if you live like I live and you have to suffer through a New England winter. This is gonna be 20 hacks. Marlo, stop. This video is gonna be 20 winter... Please stop, buddy. Please stop. Can you stop? They can hear that. You gotta stop, okay? Okay? All right. This video is going to be 20 winter hacks that will hopefully make your winter suck a little bit less. Let's just get right into what they are. The first hack is socks on the go. All you gotta do is pack an extra pair of socks in your car's glove compartment. And then if you have to get out and shovel and you step into a puddle or your shoes get wet for whatever reason, you'll have a pair of dry socks to change back into. This has saved me on multiple occasions. It's also a good way to put those mismatched socks to use. Stop. Stop, Marlo. Stop. Ceiling fans are not just for summer. Flip the switch to reverse so the fan spins in a clockwise manner and put it on the lowest setting. And what that will do is help to blow the warm air that naturally goes up to the ceiling back down to the ground. It'll help keep your house a little bit warmer in the cold winter months. Number 3 is pretty simple. Let the sun be your energy. Open your blinds and your shades throughout the day. That way any sun that does come into your house will help to heat it. It seems like a small thing, but it does make a big difference, especially over time. Number 4 is to dress in layers. Now, if you're from a cold place, you probably already know this, but the more layers you can put on, especially of lightweight insulating material, it's gonna help you out dramatically. The next one is to keep a bag of clay kitty litter in your car's trunk. If you get stuck, it's a great way to help you get unstuck. A lot of times your wheels will just spin and spin because they don't have the traction they need. Kitty litter is a great way to help them grab that traction. But another thing is if you're stuck in a pinch without the kitty litter, you can take the mats out of your car, your floor mats, and use those for grip as well. The next one is to make your fertilizer spreader do double duty. Use it in the winter to scatter sand on your walkways. I can't stress that enough. One of the biggest things that people suffer in winter are broken hips, broken legs, broken wrists, and broken arms due to slipping on ice. And a lot of times it happens right outside their front door. Got a clogged snowblower? This is something that just happened to me. Luckily, my girlfriend came over and helped me fix it. I know, I'm a real man. But the reality is it's a real pain in the butt if I gotta go out and try and shovel my driveway. So having a snowblower is essential. But what happens if it clogs and you don't want to go to the store and spend $1,000 on a new one? There's a few different things you can try. What worked for me was a little bit of carburetor cleaner and some carburetor spray. You spray it right on the carb, put some carb cleaner in the gas, it fired right up, and actually thanks to that I was able to snowblow my driveway just this morning. The next tip or hack is to not smoke or drink coffee before shoveling. Caffeine and nicotine are both stimulants and can add extra stress to the heart. A lot of people do fall ill because of having to shovel during the winter months, especially if you're sick or elder. Next is to prevent food spoilage. It might seem like a no-brainer, but if you lose power from a winter storm, don't let food spoil in the fridge. Pack it in coolers and move it outdoors. I had to do this just last winter when we lost power for 5 days due to an ice storm. We take all of the food in the fridge that can spoil, put it in regular coolers, and just bring that outside. One nice thing about winter is built-in refrigerator. You do want to make sure that it's 30 degrees Fahrenheit or colder for that to be effective. The next one sounds goofy, but it's fun to do. Learn to walk like a penguin. To walk safely on ice, walk like a penguin. Point your feet out and hold your arms out slightly to your side. Shuffle and take short steps. This is going to help you keep your balance when you unsuspectedly walk on ice, and it happens a lot. Like I said earlier, one of the biggest issues with winter is people falling and breaking something due to ice. Speaking of ice, here's an easy de-icer. Fill a spray bottle with 1 part water and 2 parts rubbing alcohol and store it in your car during the cold months. Spray it on your frosted windshield or windows on those chilly mornings, and it'll make the scraping much easier. Next is gas up. During the cold winter months, it's a good practice to keep at least half of a tank of gasoline in your vehicle at all times. Not only does this prevent you from being stranded, but it also prevents any water in your tank from freezing, which can damage the fuel pump. A good rule of thumb is never park your car overnight in the winter if it's got less than half a tank of gas. Easier said than done, but it really can be effective, especially for older vehicles. Next, we've got frost-free mirrors. Place a plastic bag over your car mirrors at night, and they'll be frost-free in the morning. Reuse them over and over again. Keep them in your car for the next time. Unless you're lucky enough to have a car that has heated mirrors. Get some traction. Now, I mentioned this briefly before, but your car floor mats can help you get unstuck from snowy or muddy conditions in a pinch. Place the floor mats under the spinning tire to give it some sort of traction, but don't forget to retrieve them after you get moving. Can you stop? Can you stop? Stop it. Stop it. I'm trying to film a video. I'm trying to film a video. Stop. 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 No more. No more. No more kisses. No more kisses. Okay, I love him to death, but I can tell that his licking is being picked up on the audio. So we're going to say goodbye to Marlo for now. Say bye, buddy. All right, back to the frozen locks. So you got frozen locks, here's a cool little hack. Take some hand sanitizer and put it on there. The alcohol that kills germs also lowers the freezing point of water, and it can melt the ice inside a lock within seconds. Next, save your skin. Skip the long hot showers, which can dry out your skin. I know that's hard to do on the winter months, but try taking a lukewarm shower for a shorter duration, as it will dramatically help with dry skin in the winter months. Stuck without an ice scraper? A plastic card, such as an old gift card from your wallet, works in a pinch. Next, you can grab a roll of duct tape and keep it in the car. Not only does it help to fix, well, just about everything. What do they say? You can't duck it. Never mind. But you can use it as a fire starter as well. Duct tape is very flammable and is a great way to get a fire started if you're in an emergency. No more icy walkways. Alfalfa meal, which is an effective fertilizer and sold in most garden stores, is also a great ice melter, and it's 100% organic, so it's less of a threat to local water systems when used in moderation. Because it's so dry and grainy, it can also help to add traction on slippery walkways. Now, one very important thing you have to do in winter is make sure that your pipes don't burst. If it gets too cold, the water in the pipes can freeze and burst your pipes, which can mean thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars in damage to your house. So to keep pipes from freezing, wrap them in insulation or layers of newspaper, covering the newspaper with plastic to keep out moisture. This one is sort of situational. If you have a wood stove, use it. The amount of energy you can save when using a wood stove is immense. I've got a wood stove in the living room, but my problem was that I would heat the downstairs, but where my kids sleep upstairs wouldn't get heated. The downstairs zone would register to certain temperatures, so it wouldn't kick the heat on upstairs. So to remedy this, all I did was put up a little channel of fans. I start one fan at the wood stove, it pushes it down the hallway, and then two more fans push that air up the stairwell into the children's area. And it works like a charm. Just 3 fans and I've got my entire house heated with one wood stove. If you bike in the winter, a good way to gain some traction on the tread of your tires is to take zip ties and put them around the tires. Do it all the way around the tire. Don't tie them too tightly, but just nice and snug. It's a great way to add some traction to your bike tires. If you want to keep heat inside of the house, there are a few things you could go buy, like some plastic wrap that you stick to the inside of the window, or you can just take some old quilts and blankets and put them up against the window as well. Just that thick barrier will keep out a lot more cold and keep in a lot more heat than you may think. Now this one's going to seem simple, but it has saved me multiple times. Always make sure you have enough windshield washer fluid in the trunk of your car. I always keep 1 whole gallon spare just in case. The last thing you want to do is get stuck on the highway in a snowstorm without windshield washer fluid. You won't think it's a big deal until it's a big deal. Another easy heat-saving hack is to take some tin foil and put it behind your radiators. That way it's going to take the heat, bounce it off the tin foil, and push it back into your house, as opposed to lose it through the wall. Another great hack is to take pool noodles or pipe insulators, cut them in half, and put them on the base of your doors. That's going to stop any draft of outside air coming in. It works like a charm, and it costs just pennies. Another easy, simple, but effective one is that if there's a storm coming, you can run out to your car and lift your windshield wipers up. That way they don't freeze to your windshield. It's simple but effective. Another thing to do if you've got a frozen lock but no hand sanitizer is A, spray some WD-40 in it. It's a little sticky and nasty and smelly, but it does work. Or secondly, you can take the key itself, put a glove on, and light the key with a lighter. That's gonna heat the key up, and then you can put it into the lock and it should help melt the ice. But again, the best thing you can do is carry some hand sanitizer with you. If you don't have kids, this is a good one. Once you're done cooking something in the oven, leave the oven door open so that heat dissipates into your house instead of sits in the oven. It can help to heat up your house slightly, but again, be very careful. If you've got pets or kids, maybe it's not the best advice. If you find yourself having to shovel or snow blow, but the snow keeps sticking and getting very heavy, a really simple hack is to take some Pam and spray it on the actual shovel or the inside part of your snow blower that eats all the snow. It basically makes it impossible for snow to stick to it. And if you've ever shoveled in a big, wet, heavy, sticky snow, you know how much of a pain in the butt it can really be. If you're sick of getting into a cold bed, first things first, get some flannel sheets. I just put mine on and they're marvelous. But the second thing you can do is heat up 2 big jugs of water. Put some boiling water on a pot, let it boil over, fill some jugs with it, and then throw those in your bed under the covers about 10 minutes before you get in. When you get in your bed, it'll feel nice and warm and cozy like it's supposed to. One last one is that you can use orange peels to start a fire. Sounds weird, right? But last year when I was trying to start my wood stove, I realized I didn't have enough fire starter, no newspaper, no kindling, nothing like that. And I found online that you could use orange peels. Luckily, I had a whole bag of oranges and I did just that. It fired up the wood stove like a champ and kept my house nice and warm. So for whatever situation you're in, if you need to start a fire but you don't have the right equipment, but you happen to have an orange and something to light it with, you've got a new hack. So that's it for this video, some winter hacks that hopefully add some value to your life and make this winter a little less stressful on you. As always, thanks so much for trusting me with some of your time, and until next time, my friends, onward.